I welcome you all. Welcome, my dear friends. We are going to start immediate our lecture. Okay, fine. So myself is Professor Dr. Rajendra Deshpande, and today is a 8th of May 2020. And in today's lecture on Friday is at 12 o'clock. It will run up to the 12:35. The present is mandatory because this is one of the official lecture, online lecture in this corona pandemic that usually I will take every Friday at 12 o'clock. All other days, whatever the lectures I am taking, it's like a what you can say the complimentary lectures or the extra lectures. So there you have the choice to attend or not. That is your own wish. But especially I request all of my the students of first year BMS in College of Ayurveda and Research Center, they better attend these all the lectures because this present of online lectures will be counted during your MUHS examination. Okay, coming to the point. My today's topic is basically functions of hypothalamus. As you know very well, this is a very important part of our nervous system. This is presented by myself, Dr. R.R. Deshpande, MD in Ayurvedic Medicine and MD in Ayurvedic Physiology. And anybody can contact me on this mail ID, Professor Deshpande at gmail.com for various things. I request all my students to mute their microphones, okay? Then I can do the online consultation, lifestyle counseling based on the Prakriti and palmistry, and also guide the other students regarding the medicine and Ayurvedic subjects. So these are the books that I have written. Whatever I am teaching in my college or whatever the lectures that I am taking has a base. I have written nearly 55 plus books. One of the or some of the important books are like this. For the physiology subject, this book is in Marathi as well as in English. Ayurvedic part is in Marathi and Sanskrit shlok, and modern part is in English totally. This book has a version of Hindi language, also has a version in English language. So for paper 2, this is another book. For the fast revision, this is the Sharikriya Vijnan handbook. Any student can refer that book. Then, regarding this today's topic, my dear friends, this question has been asked many times in previous MUHS question papers. So in winter 2014, summer 2015, and winter 2017, always look my cursor. So these are the now, it is 17. Now in 2020, it may be asked once again regarding the functions of hypothalamus. But my dear friends, forget about written examination. In Viva, in practical, in oral examination, this question is very common. Nervous system examination or nervous system topic is very important to understand because many teachers, many students feel that it is a complicated topic. And so examiners always see that whether that student has understood this complicated topic by his teacher or not. Actually, this is very easy topic, but you will be asked in oral the function of any part of the brain. There may be one LAQ. Write down the functions of different parts of the brain. Full question, 15 marks. So this is SAQ, only about the hypothalamus, okay? This is very interesting diagram, Rekha Chitra in Marathi, thematic diagram. Very easy to draw. And you must draw this figure for SAQ as well as LAQ. So here you can see the cerebral cortex is there, frontal lobe is there, then 17, 18, 19, that is optic pathway. Then these are the basal ganglia. Here, basal ganglia. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth part. First is the thalamus, just below the cerebrum. Then hypo means at lower level. Hypothalamus, midbrain, can you see cursor? Pons, medulla oblongata, and this is spinal cord. Okay, then this midbrain, pons, medulla, it is connected with the cerebellum. And these two, 3, 4, 5 is called as a brain stem. I hope you are taking the flash or you are noting all these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You remember all these things. Now, There are approximately 10 to 12 important functions. One sentence that I have not written here, please write it down. Hypothalamus has a major role, in homeostasis. My students, please write it down. Is very important for homeostasis, equilibrium of body physiology. It has control on the endocrine system. Write it down. Hypothalamus, this is a part of nervous system, but it has a connection, write down, connection with endocrine system, which Dr. Vijay madam is telling you, that pituitary gland. Okay, regulation of anterior pituitary hormones by hypothalamus. Anterior hypothalamus secretes releasing factors which reach anterior pituitary through, there is specific circulation, hypophyseal portal circulation. This circulation has not to do anything with the liver. Don't get confused with the word portal. Write down. This red ink is very important. Red ink. Hypophyseal portal circulation. These releasing factors are coming to the anterior pituitary. They control anterior pituitary hormones. All releasing factors are controlled by long loop negative feedback. This is the system, short loop and long loop. Okay. So actually when hypothalamus, then pituitary, then that organ, whole thing is together called as a long loop. But if it is only connected with what you can say the hypothalamus and the pituitary, it is a short loop. Loop means like connection, loop. Okay. Next. So these are something hypothalamus is secreting. Growth hormone releasing hormone. Growth hormone is secreted by pituitary. Do you understand? But when it will secrete, when hypothalamus will provide releasing factor, growth hormone releasing hormone. So growth hormone will be secreted only after stimulation from hypothalamus, not independent. Then growth hormone releasing polypeptide, because for the growth proteins are needed, so that is also stimulated. Growth hormone inhibiting hormone, this is very important. One side it is giving you the stimulation, but when you reach 5 feet 6 inch 7 inch, finish human normal physiology, finish, then that growth hormone should releasing factor should be stopped, inhibition stop. So that is called as inhibiting hormone. So both are secreted from the hypothalamus. It will stimulate. When adequate quota is there, it will stop inhibiting growth hormone. That's why our height is physiological. Otherwise, dwarfism and very tall. Okay. Then thyrotropin releasing hormone. Thyrotropin, that is a thyroid hormone. TSH. So thyroid stimulating hormone, that is releasing. Word is releasing. Don't forget this word. Releasing hormone is by hypothalamus. Releasing hormone by hypothalamus. Don't forget this word. Corticotropin, you know, adrenal cortex, corticotropin releasing hormone. So ACTH is there by pituitary, adrenocorticotrophic hormone. But releasing, again the word R is important. Releasing is hypothalamus. Gonadotropin releasing hormone, FSH, LH is by pituitary. But when it will stimulate, when there is a releasing. So from my lecture, you don't forget this word releasing hormone. Prolactin inhibiting hormone. Prolactin secretion is by pituitary. But when it is adequate, that is inhibited. Inhibition means stop. Releasing means stimulation. Regulate, not only anterior pituitary, posterior pituitary hormones are directly prepared by hypothalamus. Supraoptic nucleus of hypothalamus. This word is important. Supraoptic nucleus of hypothalamus synthesize production. ADH, antidiuretic hormone, is given ready-made. is given ready-made to the posterior pituitary. It is secreted by hypothalamus, transported to the posterior pituitary along elongated axons. Axon, motor. These hormones are stored, only stored, and depending upon the requirement, they are released from posterior pituitary, but production is in the hypothalamus, only stored in the posterior pituitary. Osmoreceptors, osmo means water and all these things, regulate release of ADH from this nucleus. When water is going more and more to the urine, hypothalamus, okay, more water is gone, stop it. So antidiuretic hormone is produced. Regulation of posterior pituitary hormones. Now you must remember these anatomical names, that is mandatory. Paraventricular nucleus, can you see here? Paraventricular nucleus synthesizes another hormone, oxytocin. One is ADH, another is oxytocin. Examiner always asks, who is secreting oxytocin? Who is secreting ADH? You immediately answer posterior pituitary. But remember, posterior pituitary is not secreting, is not synthesizing, is not manufacturing. Hypothalamus synthesizes. Can you see? Read over here, synthesizes, which is also transported to the posterior pituitary. For example, I am just making another example. Carefully listen. Carefully listen. Bile. Who is secreting bile? Gallbladder or liver? Gallbladder or liver? Bile is secreted by liver and only stored in the gallbladder. Please close your mics and videos. Okay. Similarly here, oxytocin. Now oxytocin, you know, when the nucleus receives impulses from touch receptors in the breast, when the child is sucking the breast, signal goes to the hypothalamus. It's a positive feedback mechanism. Positive feedback mechanism. What is that? The 2, parturition and breast sucking is a positive feedback. Stretch receptors from cervix. Another thing, this is another, breast feeding is another, and delivery, pregnancy is another. There also oxytocin works. For breastfeeding, oxytocin is needed. For normal delivery, oxytocin is needed. So there are receptors in the breast, receptors in the cervix. Signal goes to hypothalamus. Don't forget, here touch receptor, here stretch receptor. Write down these two words, touch receptor, stretch receptor. Touch, breast. Stretch, fetus is coming, stretch in the cervix. Regulation of catecholamines, epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, these are amine. Stimulation of posterior nuclei of hypothalamus causes catecholamine secretion by stimulation of sympathetic system. And who is secreting epinephrine, norepinephrine? Adrenal medulla. But when you are tensed, oh my God, examination is there. Signal goes to hypothalamus, where posterior nuclei of hypothalamus. And then they cause the catecholamine secretion by stimulating sympathetic system, adrenaline, noradrenaline, and adrenal medulla, central part. Catecholamines are secreted during the stressful condition, exercise, marathon, emotion, my God, excitement, yes, I have attended the lecture, I am first, I have passed. Anxiety, oh my God, whether I will pass or not, my presentees will be there or not, mental tension. So hypothalamus is there to secrete epinephrine. Regulation of body temperature. Neuronal cells in the hypothalamus are sensitive to the body temperature. They are called as thermostat. Thermostat. Thermo means temperature. Static. Homeostasis. Homeostasis. Cells in the anterior nucleus are sensitive to the warm, heat. And cells in the posterior nucleus are sensitive to cold. Remember, anterior, hot. posterior cold, anterior hot, posterior cold. Hypothalamic thermostat is adjusted, last line, at 37 degrees centigrade. In fever, hypothalamus is stimulated because high temperature is there, anterior part is stimulated, so as vasodilatation all over the body takes place. Vessels become dilated, sweating takes place, okay, and heat is lost and body temperature is lowered down. This is called as a physiology of temperature regulation. This is another question for SAQ. Physiology, write down, physiology of temperature regulation. This question will be asked. This is a sub part of this hypothalamus, because hypothalamus has this center, anterior center for heat, posterior center for cold. If there is a hypothermia, posterior nuclei are stimulated. Hypo, you are going to the Himalaya, Switzerland, Alps mountain, go up, 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 shivering. What will happen? Posterior nuclei of hypothalamus are posterior stimulated, then sympathetic system is stimulated, shivering occurs. What is shivering? Shivering, extreme muscle contraction. Shivering, extreme muscle contraction. Okay? So vasoconstriction takes place, heat is conserved. Heat is conserved means protected, kept inside the body, and body temperature will be elevated. Do you understand? So when there is a cold, hypo, less thermia, posterior nuclei stimulated. When heat is the fever, anterior. But here is not hypothalamus. I am just giving you anterior and posterior. Hypothalamus is below the brain. Don't get confused. Regulation of food intake. Chit and tript. Chit and tript. Write down Ayurvedic words. Ventromedial nucleus of hypothalamus. These are complicated words, but I'm sorry, you must remember these words. Please, please. Ventromedial nucleus of hypothalamus is called, you remember this word, satiety. Satiety center, enough. Thodi अजून एक पोळी घेता का? When we do some agraha in Marathi, push, take some more food. No, I am full. I am satisfied. I don't need more food. That is satiety center. Satiety is a satisfaction after eating. Satiety, truptata in Marathi. Trupt झालो मी आता. मला अजून काही जेवायला नको. I don't need any more food. Satiety. Lateral nucleus is called as a hunger center. But after my lecture, this center is stimulated. Lateral nucleus of hypothalamus is stimulated. Hunger center, feeding center is there. Hypothalamic cells in the region are sensitive for the utilization of glucose. So these are called as a glucostatic cells. Homeostasis, they maintain the glucose level in your blood. If you are hungry, that means glucose is less. Okay, so it depends. These centers work on the principle of glucose level. Remember, you need the sugar, you need the carbohydrate, chapati, rice. Normally, in general, except our 12 o'clock lunch time and except our dinner time or other time in the day, satiety center keep the check on hunger center. Satiety center say, okay, don't eat. Now you are not hungry. Satiety, samadhan, satisfaction. When glucose is less, check on the hunger center. Check means stop. Satiety center's check is over. And hunger center, माझ्या पोटात कावळे कोकल्याला लागलेले आहेत. Hunger center in the here. I am hungry. Person feels hungry and he starts taking food. Then glucose utilization increases. Glucose is coming with the chapati and rice. This redevelop. सगळं जेवण संपलं. At the end of lunch, at the end of dinner, again satiety center comes. Overpower to the hunger center, and then there is a feeling of satisfaction, satiety. These centers are invented by Dr. Anand and Dr. Brobeck, name of the scientist. Centers were studied first in the rats, animal experiment, by putting microelectrodes in the brain, hypothalamus, by this scientist. When ventromedial centers, satiety center was damaged, they purposefully crushed that center in the rats, and rat was found to eat continuously. because there is no control of satiety center, only hunger center, only hunger center. Animal experiment, write down in examination. Animal experiments were done for the hypothalamus, microelectrodes put in the brain, leading to the hypothalamic obesity. These rats, animal experiments. When lateral center, hunger center was damaged, crushed. Experiment. Rats stopped taking food. Hunger center is damaged. So this is something how they have tested. Recent experiments of Dr. Anand show that like the glucose, certain cells in the hypothalamus are sensitive to the proteins, amino acids, and fats, blood-free fatty acids levels. They are also called as amino acid STAT. Remember this word, STAT means homeostasis, STAT cells, and lipo means fat STAT cells. They are also considered to have similar role like glucose. Regulation of water, thirst mechanism. TUT. Hypothalamic cells near the supraoptic region are sensitive to blood osmolarity. These are all the sentences you must remember. Osmolarity. They stimulate the thirst center. When there is a dehydration, in summer season, in loose motions, in vomiting, osmolarity increases. Osmoreceptors are stimulated. Whenever water is less, osmoreceptors in the hypothalamus are stimulated. Now, sensory system is going, and thirst center is stimulated. Person feels thirsty, he drinks the water, everything homeostasis. After intake of water, dehydration is corrected, and osmolarity falls, and thirst center is inhibited. Enough. I am now. माझी तहान भागली, माझी भूक भागली, माझी तहान भागली. Who decide? Hypothalamus. Thirst center is also stimulated by angiotensin 2, that is in the kidney, renal, and impulses from baroreceptors. We will study this afterwards because this is related with the blood pressure. Hypothalamus has a role in the blood pressure also. Regulation of sex behavior. Anterior hypothalamus is sensitive to the blood sex hormone levels. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. It depends that how that anterior hypothalamus will act. It is also stimulated by visual impulses. Like you see any opposite sex gender and you see that person is handsome, that lady is beautiful. Where is the signal going? Where is the signal going? Visual signal regarding sex in the hypothalamus, and impulses also from the genital organs. That is also called as a foreplay. Foreplay in sex. Before actual intercourse, embracing, touching to the each organs, genitals, that also signals goes to your hypothalamus. Remember, brain is very important for your sexual activity. Accordingly, impulses are given to the autonomic nervous system. To sex behavior is regulated. Stimulation of some areas in the limbic system. This hypothalamus is surrounded by different nerve cells, that is called as the limbic system. Very important word, limbic system. This is connected with the mind. Limbic system, mind. Limbic system, mind. So both limbic system and hypothalamus causes erection of penis and sexual act, that is intercourse. That's why I'm saying regulation of autonomic nervous system is the role of hypothalamus. Anterior hypothalamus controls parasympathetic system, which is activated at night. Posterior hypothalamus controls sympathetic system. Anterior is giving you rest and posterior is stimulating to you. Sympathetic system is stimulated in stressful condition like exercise to cause increase in the heart rate. This is the function of sympathetic system, to make you alert. Oh, fear, what is that? Fight or flight. Write down. F-I-G-H-T. Fight or flight. Run away. Both the things can happen with the sympathetic system, and that has a control from hypothalamus nuclei. Nuclei, nerve cells are there. In anterior hypothalamus, parasympathetic, cooling down. posterior stimulation, sympathetic system, regulation of biological rhythm. वयोहोरात्रि भुक्तानाम ते अंत मध्यादिगाः क्रमात्. वयोहोरात्रि भुक्तानाम. You remember that sloka? Ashtanga Hridaya, Sharira Kriya, circadian rhythm, biological clock. During the daytime, visual impulses, I am having the light all around, sunlight, stimulates pre-optic area of anterior hypothalamus. You understand? Visual receptors. It secretes adrenocorticotropic hormone, releasing hormone, which goes to the anterior pituitary, causing the secretion of adrenocorticotropic hormone. In short, in the daytime, ACTH and sympathetic activity during the daytime bring about the systemic changes which are called as a day rhythm. Day rhythm. You are more alert in the daytime because of these visual signals, light signals goes to hypothalamus. Hypothalamus acts on adrenocorticotropic hormone, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Also, it stimulates sympathetic system. So you are alert in daytime. That is called as day rhythm. At night, darkness is there. No light. No light. In the night, forget about tube light. Forget about your computer. Forget about TV. There is no sun. So no light. So no impulse to the hypothalamus. ACTH secretion is dropped down. Sympathetic activities is also reduced. That is called as a night rhythm. Your brain cools down, relaxes, stops functioning, giving signals. Everything is stopped at night. Thus, it is said that biological clock is located in the hypothalamus, controlling day and night rhythms. Regulation of rage, that is anger, emotions and excitement, psychological factors. These are all stressful conditions. Under such condition, posterior nuclei of sympathetic system are stimulated and body is kept ready to fight against the stress. Glucocorticoids are also increased from adrenal cortex. You understand? So stressful condition, emotional excitement use the stimulation to the hypothalamus, where posterior nuclei of sympathetic system. Hypothalamus controls behavior and emotional changes. Hypothalamus has two centers for controlling behavior and emotional changes. One is called as the reward center and another is called as a punishment center. So whenever you do the good things, your mind says, okay, buck up, you will win, you will win. That is reward center. And when you do the bad things, it hurts your mind. That is punishment center. Something wrong signals goes in the brain. So always our behavior has a signal to the hypothalamus and it controls accordingly. For the positive things, there is an encouragement, reward center. And for the negative things, it is inhibited, that particular act. That is called as a punishment center. So this is also connected with the mind, that is limbic system. Hypothalamus and limbic work together. Always remember. So my dear friends, this is mostly end of the topic, but just give me 1 or 2 minutes so that I can mark your present. That is very important. So please bear with me. There are 52 students right now. I will mark your presentee. Just a moment. Please bear with me. Print screen is there. Okay. I am just recording your presentee, my dear friends. We are seeing the functions of hypothalamus. 53 students. Okay. So next, I will raise my cursor up. You have also the roll numbers over there. So there is not a much difficulty. I don't know. I should take a 2 or 3 shots. Okay. Because control print screen once again. Please bear with me. Just few minutes. I have to mark your presentee. Okay. I have to mark your presentee. Just please bear with me. We are seeing the control. And now I will go up again. Okay. I will try to mark your presentee. I will also show that to you or send it, that particular thing to you for your satisfaction, how I have marked your presentee. So nothing to be worried about. I will definitely mark presentee of all your students. Okay. Just a moment. Just to avoid any confusion, I will take this shot once again. 53 students are there, my dear friends. Just a moment. Not to miss of anybody presently, I should be very careful while taking these photographs. That's why you have to bear with me. Mostly I have covered everything. Even I will show that presented to the next time to you. Okay. Anyway, we will back again to our presentation. So here I would like to open some new thing for you. This is the first revision of our nervous system, my dear friends. Okay. Just please bear with me. Last 5-6 minutes are there. Nervous system, this is the master system. On digestive system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, excretory system, we have the two important control. One is the nervous system control, another is the endocrine system control. Endocrine is for the longer time and nervous system is for immediate protection of all the other systems or to make homeostasis in all other systems. Nervous system is actively acting, very actively acting in an acute phase, but endocrine is for the long-term control of homeostasis. Am I right? So nervous system physiologically has a CNS, controls voluntary functions of movement, and autonomic controls the involuntary. Now I am moving my hand. This is voluntary. So it has, now I am closing my eyes, opening my eye, voluntary. So that is controlled by brain, and cranial nerves are 12, and also spinal cord and 31 pairs of spinal nerves. And here autonomic is for the heart rate. That is not under our control. So it is controlled by sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic has the nerve fibers from thoracolumbar region, mid part, our trunk, thoracolumbar, and parasympathetic craniosacral. All these things will be asked in your viva. Remember, cranial nerves, SAQ will be there. Remember, olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducent, facial, cochleovestibular, glossopharyngeal, vagus, accessory, and hypoglossal. Vagus nerve is asked many times in your Rachana paper. We are going to discuss anatomic question papers in the next week. So 31 pairs of the spinal nerves, 8 cervical, 12 thoracic, okay, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 1 coccygeal. Parts of the brain, forebrain is of cerebrum, thalamus, and hypothalamus. Midbrain is there, and hindbrain consists of pons, medulla oblongata, and cerebellum. Brainstem is made up of midbrain, pons, and medulla. Lobes of the cerebrum, he kauti apni, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, this is auditory centers, and occipital lobe. This is the benefit of attending the lecture. So we get the our understanding very clear. Next we will go and try to see the functions. Okay, please allow me to go up. Functions of the brain and nervous system. Frontal lobe is connected with the motor activities, control the voluntary movements of the opposite side, contralateral. So my right part is controlling my left hand, and my left nucleus is controlling my. So whenever the paralysis is on the right sided paralysis, where will be the problem? That will be the problem in the left side. Remember this, contralateral. Parietal lobe is connected with the sensory and perceives sensation. Okay, from the auditory pathway, gustatory pathway, olfactory pathway. Occipital here, visual centers are there, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Auditory center here. Remember this moment here, 21, 22, 41, 42 auditory centers. Okay, and temporal lobe also has a limbic system, SAQ, limbic system. Prefrontal, this part is related with intellect. That's why in compared to the monkey, we have the little bit convex part. Thalamus is a relay station in the sensory pathway. Thalamus is a relay center. The fibers come over there, auditory or visual and all that, and that is given direction. Go here, go here. So that is relay center. Hypothalamus controls the pituitary gland, anterior pituitary, temperature, Chut and truth, water intake, food intake, autonomic nervous system, biological rhythm, and also sexual activity. These two lines you must remember, and you can write all SAQ because you have to just remember the anatomical parts. Then brainstem, there is origin to the cranial nerves. Okay. Then next, what is there? Reticular formation, network of the neurons and nerve fibers, base of the brain. It related with the sleep and wakefulness. Medulla oblongata contains medulla oblongata here. Can you see here? I'm sorry, it's a little bit difficult to control. Contains vital centers, respiratory and cardiac center. When the hanging is there, that medulla oblongata is crushed and immediately your respiration and heart function stops. Then cerebellum, neocerebellum is concerned with, what is that? Neocerebellum. I'm sorry. Yes, I will go down if possible. Oh my God. It's coordination of movement here you can see. Then paleo-cerebellum, muscle tone, and archicerebellum is posture and equilibrium. Okay. So this is all about cerebellum. Cerebellum. Basal ganglia contains different nucleus, corpus striatum and globus pallidus, substantia nigra. Huh? Then spinal cord is basically connected with reflex action, ascending and descending origin to the autonomic nervous system fibers. Functional division of the nervous system, sensory system, ascending tract, periphery to brain, and always there are the three steps: first order neuron, second order neuron, third order neuron. Motor system, from up to down, upper motor neuron and lower motor neuron. In the examination, it will be asked the difference of UMN and LMN. My dear friends, I am very thankful to you for your uh, good number of presentee, and I wish you all the best. Please safely stay at home in the corona pandemic and take care of yourself and your family. And also, I wish that you continue with the study that I am giving all the time, the uploading all the matter on the YouTube. So always go on the YouTube and check what the new video is there. I am giving you all the question papers. So try to solve my Sharirikriya subject question papers, each and every vitamins especially. You remember, concentrate on